Hey, bro, don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
We heard a whole lot of lip service, but hey, anybody can do that. But between them lines,
come with the kid, you best not miss. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make like, who you with? You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked in Zone 32.
And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. We have all six of us tonight, but I think we lost Trippy for a second, but fuck it. We got a full crew in store. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. His name is Trippy. His name is motherfucking Grant. After a long ass time. Say what's up to the people.
Kill yourself.
Shut the fuck up, Drew, you mark ass bitch. I got something to get into. Because the game happened on Friday. It's a preseason game. We lost. But it doesn't matter. It's a fucking preseason. Who gives a shit about wins and losses in the preseason? In the center from the Washington Commies or whatever the fuck from last year, because he's a bitch. But anyway, Nate Wiggins got banged up. Then he came to practice. People were flipping out because they thought he was seriously hurt. But he wasn't. So there you go. Mark Andrews got in a car accident, but he's okay. Drew, you know what to do.
Why do you go to me when fucking nothing to talk about? We lost a preseason game. Who the fuck cares? It's preseason. Doesn't matter.
Did I care? I lost my fucking parlay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're kind of a degenerate if you're putting in a parlay on a season game and expecting it to hit. So
you hear that, Will? We degenerate. We degenerates now.
I didn't put a parlay in on.
So you
on
lied. So you
I thought you put a I thought you did.
No, I bet the money line.
That's betting on the Ravens. Hello, I told you.
But I said I didn't put a parlay in.
Oh, well.
That is right.
I can't do this. How are you gonna put a parlay in? How are you gonna put a parlay in on fucking preseason? You don't even know who's gonna play.
I did put a parlay in the Ravens and Orioles considered a parlay, right?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Ravens.
Oh no, you know you can't do no parlay.
Well, so you gonna do something like that? That's like some Ashley Larry type of shit on fucking Chappelle's show. Mossy Project, son.
I mean, to be honest with you, though, I'm surprised FanDuel don't do shit like that. Because, you know, FanDuel always trying to get our money. They probably have
Drew, do you realize that you tweeted the wrong tweet?
No. What did I do?
You quote tweeted Mo saying he was going to go MAGA if monkeypox shut down the NFL instead of live.
That's awesome.
And then Mo says, "Me no understand."
Live.
Well, you know what they say, Drew. Play us fuck up. Play us fuck up.
Hold on. I'm going to find Mo say hacked. And then I'm going to quote
hold on, I gotta like that. I gotta like it.
I just liked it and commented on it. Yo. We don't understand it.
I just went to Will's page and quote tweeted what I thought was, again,
Hey,
Will understand. Will doesn't have his, chickened out, but
dude, it was giving me a headache.
Yeah, I mean, so imagine trying to quote tweet something with these on. All right,
Hey, yo,
I did the right one, I think.
Y'all think Mo, the most hated Ravens fan on Twitter?
Oh, absolutely not.
Most hated? No. I mean, it depends on what you define as a Ravens fan, but you know who it is.
Yeah,
Ian.
The actual most hated. No. Friend of Ian, but
that one fat ass heifer that we don't talk about.
Yeah, because she's gonna sue us, so we can't talk about her.
There you go. That's all I need to know.
Oh, you talking about the Colts fan now? Last year the Browns fan? That's your Colts fan?
She's a Justin Herbert fan.
Herbert the pervert.
Joe Flacco supremacy.
Protect Deshaun Watson at all costs. That lady.
Mr. Happy Ending did nothing wrong because happy endings are a way of life, in her opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bizarre person for her to be defending, just given past comments she's made, but, it is what it is.
Yep.
I feel like we've gotten off track here because that's how much the preseason mattered. I would just like to put it on the record that all of us win last week in the preseason except for Jake, and then the Ravens lost. So
Jake was right.
Anything bad that happens from here on out is Jake's fault.
With his commie ass.
I ain't no fucking commie shit around you. You believe in taxes. I don't, motherfucker.
As long as
Party.
IRS, Jake has not paid taxes, 2010.
No habla inglés.
Jake is our residential Wesley Snipes.
Jake don't make no money. Jake just do his own thing. Finds a way to just live large.
Yeah.
In his own right.
I just thought Gator ain't no bitch. That's what Jake said.
Right. Motherfucking Jake finds sugar mamas to live off of.
Great film.
That's what he do.
Yeah, so we've made it about into recording and have just totally lost the plot. 6 minutes in, fine. Yeah, but like 2 minutes were spent.
We gotta get back on topic, man.
We have Grant here for the first time in 14 years. Grant, what are your thoughts on?
I mean, I think he's working out a contract. That's what top tier GMs do.
Grant, he specifically said that he was in no rush to negotiate a contract with arguably the best player on his roster. Is that what?
Not
top
arguably. I think not even arguably.
Look, it depends on how you identify top five. I mean, he might just be doing that because he secretly is a Ravens fan, and maybe he's trying to retire and then go ahead and just send him over to Baltimore. I mean, it could be, just never know.
But then he would not be top five. He'd be like, an asshole to all Cowboys.
Yep.
I don't know.
Pledge your allegiance. Pledge your allegiance.
I feel like it's
full on heel turn in real life
for Grant people. I'm late. Did we immediately bring up the Orioles win? Because that would be disappointing. Nobody brought it up until I guess.
Yeah, you're the
there you go.
on Zamboni.
I just want to say for the record, so Wilyer Abreu hit a home run to go up 1-0. That was fully Will's fault. We've been bullying him for having a fake name. Then there was a bullshit strike 3 call on Rafael Devers, totally killed the momentum for the Red Sox. And then there was a missed strike 3 call on Gunnar Henderson before his home run. So umpires totally ruined that game. Umpires are always out to get. Am I doing this right? Orioles fans, do I sound like you guys? Fucking crying 24/7. No, Nick Pivetta just gives up to me. Like the second Red Sox once it got to the bullpen,
just like Dean Kramer.
Yeah, Nick Pivetta makes Dean Kramer look like elite at keeping the ball inside the ballpark.
He makes him look like the Messiah.
Yeah. Well,
I see what you did there.
I mean, technically speaking, Dean Kramer could be the Messiah. Some have said that he's the best pitcher on your staff. Cy Young, MVP caliber guy. He's also of the correct.
That has been said by some people.
He is of the correct religious denomination to be potentially the Messiah, as Jesus started off in same beliefs as Dean Kramer. I do find it interesting, though, that you guys had a Catholic night and didn't let Dean Kramer pitch on it. It's faith night, so you should be, representing all the faiths on your roster, and you just hit him, didn't let him pitch that night. Thoughts? Nobody's gonna swing at that pitch.
Jake don't give a fuck about baseball.
I told you the reason why we lost. The reason why we lost because
Will was there.
Asked me about an hour and a half before the game going to the game. I told him no, and I think that's like the third time or second time he asked me that. And every time that happens, and I don't go to the game, we lose. So,
so then is it Will's fault for? Is it Will's fault for asking, or is it your fault for not going there?
It's Will's fault for going. Because when we go together, we always, right, Will?
Except for all the times you didn't win when you guys went together.
Except for my birthday.
Yeah, I don't know. This has been talking baseball.
Today, so that's a good thing.
No, you beat Nick Pivetta today, doesn't it?
So I don't know the way I will. I don't know, but the way I will act in the night, I don't know. I'm starting to think we lose.
Yeah, it's a moral loss. And if you only beat Nick Pivetta by 4 runs, that's not really one. It doesn't.
Eflin pitched great
in third place, and O's are still in second place, right?
Yeah, he still sucked, Brandon.
Hey, yo, shout out to Brandon H, yo. That's our number one.
Yeah, this is the Brandon we respect, not the Yankee fan Brandon that's on the screen right now.
Are you a Yankees fan, Brandon?
The Orioles and the Yankees are the same
that's
record.
Cool.
72
I don't give a
and
fuck
50.
about baseball.
Fucking Zamboni derailing the whole podcast. Unbelievable. We had so much to talk about this week. We had just in-depth breakdowns of the meaningless preseason game. Did any other than what the fuck's his name? Emory Jones, cementing that he's not going to make the roster? Did anything of value happen that game?
Not particularly. Quarterback play was bad, but
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Much not to say nothing to him yesterday about that. I could not believe he did that shit, bro.
I mean,
that's
so
your
I was
first ever NFL play.
Yeah, and you just fucking fumble. Have fun, back and forth.
That was painful to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But so we're gonna, what we're gonna end up with, right?
Josh Johnson,
Tannehill we trust.
Tyler Huntley is going to be the backup.
So
it's still get cut.
Get cut. He's 100%.
Yeah, 100%. He's going to be the backup quarterback.
He already knows.
You think he's gonna get cut?
It's like
He's
Yeah.
he's definitely going to get cut. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Do you
Dorian
think Deshaun
Thompson
Watson-
apparently is playing well too.
Yeah, but do you think Deshaun Watson can go a whole training camp without sexually assaulting somebody or getting hurt? I don't think so. DTR was fine last year, whatever. Jameis is, prone to theft and other criminal activities. So I feel like you have to.
I fuck with Jameis though. I mess with
I do
Jameis.
too,
He's
but
funny as
it's
shit.
still- it's still.
I
a
mean, I ain't
liability.
gonna lie.
What about our boy?
It was.
Right.
Hey,
They're not going to go spend money on a backup.
Hold on.
but I
So,
don't condone stealing things, but crab legs. I mean, I might be on board with that. I
Yeah,
gotta
but don't
be
put them
honest
under
with
your
you.
fucking shirt. Like, reach out. Like, just fucking find a better way to steal them. Like,
Yo,
let's
I had
be-
a friend back in the day, and this was like we were in like our mid-20s, and he would not tell me he was planning on doing this. We would go into the grocery store. He would take a fucking like ribeye and put it in his pants. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? We're
how embarrassing is that if you get caught? Like,
yeah, right. I'm like, I
you get
don't
some
want anything to do with this.
You get some, nerdy 16-year-old working security at Stop Shop. Sir, can you take the steak out of your pants, please? Like, how do you even respond to that?
Yeah,
That's my meat. That's my meat.
He never got caught when he was with me, so I mean,
Well,
whatever. But
He was trying to make you an accessory. Will
I know exactly.
Were you driving the getaway car?
Yeah.
So Will has, felony theft here because he said it's happened multiple times, probably exceeding $100, and Will was driving the getaway car.
Did he
so we
steal
have
one steak or two?
Jake admitting to tax fraud, Will admitting to felony theft. Anybody else have some crimes they want to cop to?
Jake never admitted to tax fraud. Jake admitted to not liking taxes and not believing they exist.
I said, quote, Jake hasn't paid taxes since 2010. And you go, you're right. I haven't paid taxes. I haven't made any money. I'm sure that somebody can go find a W-2 for you. And then you're cooked, pal. Have fun.
All right. So to answer.
Hey, go for it. I just got my SSA report the other day.
To answer Brandon Ace, it would be completely ridiculous for the Ravens to go after Tannehill or Cam Newton or any quarterback that's going to cost more than the absolute minimum. And Tyler Huntley, whatever he signed for in Cleveland, he's going to get cut. So we can sign him for veteran minimum with an exemption to get his salary cap number down even further. He already knows the system. He's been here for a few years. He's definitely going to be the guy that they pick up if they add a backup quarterback. They're not going to go add like a Ryan Tannehill because it doesn't fucking matter. Well, it doesn't matter if Lamar gets hurt.
It doesn't matter, but Jeff Z knows he has name dropped Ryan Tannehill at least 15 times if he talks about backup quarterback. So there must be something there. I don't know what it is. I agree with you. I wouldn't go spend money on a backup quarterback. But there's obviously got to be some kind of there that we're just not understanding.
Maybe it's like Derek. Maybe Derrick Henry's the one. Like,
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is you got to think too about not all the times it's a guy that you're expecting to go in. Could he go in? Yeah, I mean, there's situations that happen, but sometimes, I mean, depending on the money at Tannehill, I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean,
I'd be perfectly happy with it, but I just doubt it would happen. That's all.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense in a way because people forget like. Tannehill's a pretty athletic dude. He was a wide receiver at Texas A&M before he converted to quarterback. And I mean, he could run Monken's offense. And when you look at like the strength of his pass game, like it's more of those intermediate passes and the quick passes and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know how bad the line was in Tennessee.
Hear me out. You run Ryan Tannehill, Malik Cunningham, and Lamar Jackson in the backfield at the same time. And then you have two of them run routes and go out wide.
And speaking of Malik, like if Malik Willis became available, that would be somebody I could see them being interested in, even though he
remember when he was supposed to be the second overall pick and then he just wasn't good.
Yeah, I missed. I was pretty high on him in the draft process. I missed battle.
He was a great example of COVID prospect.
I never thought he was like top. I never thought he should have been like top 15 or anything, but I thought he was probably the best quarterback of that class. Not saying like that's much. Kenny Pickett was fucking first quarterback taken, but I thought
arguably Desmond Ritter is top 5 in that class. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I also don't think that Malik Willis got the true development that he needed when he did come out. And I think there's a huge thing to be said about quarterbacks and the mental aspect of it. And I feel like his confidence just got shit on with the way that was handled in Tennessee. And I mean, that's hard if you get mentally broken like that, in a sense, like your confidence is shit. And
do you want a quarterback who can be mentally broken though? Probably not.
No, that's why I'm not really. Yeah, that's why I'm not really big. I could
see them expressing interest. He just is like he just strikes me as a guy that the Ravens probably had interest in had he slid into like the 4th or 5th round, taking him.
He got taken in the 6th round or 7th round, didn't he?
I thought he got taken in the 3rd.
No, he's the 3rd round pick by the Titans. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he got taken after.
It was like he was the next one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because the Panthers took someone. I forget who they took.
Will Greer.
Will Greer. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Will Greer.
No, not Will Greer.
Matt Corral.
That's who it was. Matt Corral.
Yeah, from Ole Miss. Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I believe Malik Willis went.
Mental breakdown doesn't play. Real sure.
Yeah, but no, I would be happy with Tannehill. I'd be surprised by it because Tannehill is like completely different than what we're used to having. Where if Lamar gets hurt in the middle of the third quarter, and it's not like a week's long injury, it's just like they need to come out of the game.
Put Zamboni's comment on to make fun of him since he brought up the Red Sox losing. Why in the fuck would we give anything to Cleveland for a backup quarterback? You jackass.
Oh yeah, no.
What are we doing? Have too many cold beers celebrating your, Orioles meaningless August win, Zamboni, dick. All right, gotten my anger out for the night. I'll focus it on Grant from now on. But
here's another comment.
That's all right. I can take it.
He's a dick.
But my thing too, and like
Isaac
all this stuff. Who?
I think he's on the pup.
Yeah.
He came back to practice. I think he's off the pup list now.
Okay.
He's practicing.
Confirm.
Him and TJ on the pup list.
Okay. I knew TJ was, but I didn't know Isaac was.
All right, Grant, what were you saying about backup quarterbacks?
I was just saying, like in the stuff that I was hearing about Leary, like I said, I mean, we drafted him in the 6th round. Like, we're not expecting a whole lot. I wasn't a fan of the pick at the time. They said he's got a good arm that I was reading, the past couple of weeks, but they said, man, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, I mean, 6th round quarterbacks is kind of what you expect. You have Josh Johnson there, an NFL quarterback. Or an NFL backup. He's played enough, 15 years in the NFL or whatever the fuck it's been at this point, or on 15 different teams. Like, go with him, go with Leary, get rid of Emory Jones, pick up some other fucking no-name free agent. Like, roll with 3 quarterbacks. At this point, if Lamar gets hurt, and that's how the Ravens.
That's period though.
I just feel like we should. I feel like in like if you're going to draft a guy like that in the 6th round, like some people look at 6th round draft picks like differently. Like I think that I would stack a position player over solidifying worrying about getting a 3rd string quarterback. And I mean, if you already have guys like Josh Johnson on the roster, you go get somebody else. Waste that 6th round pick on a position player. I mean, look what we do with undrafted guys. Like Bump Cooper right now is lighting it up. Like he had a great.
I mentioned
game.
Him.
He had a great
off the chain.
Yeah, and he was undrafted,
Bump
dude.
Cooper was going to be our guy. You said fuck no, and you named some other jackass instead. So,
but like, I mean, you could have gotten line depth. You could have got D line depth. You could have gotten secondary depth. You could have gotten receiver depth. Like Brendan Rice went after him. So like I mean, take a shot on somebody else.
So
I know, but like take a shot on somebody else that could like. Not saying that a backup quarterback could contribute, but a 6th round backup quarterback's not going to contribute. And if you're drafting a quarterback in the 6th round, you're not even planning on him being your backup quarterback unless it's a different situation where Snoop was undrafted, came in, and like he was similar to Lamar's play style. So it was like they thought that they could groom him into a way of if something were to happen, Lamar, you're dropping a shit ton back, but at the same time, the guy can run the offense effectively in similar ways.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I just think that fuck backup quarterback, not worth our time paying attention to. I also don't know.
We ain't winning. If Lamar goes down, we're not winning anyway. So who fucking cares?
I'm not concerned about it. Yeah.
And Dennis Leary, fine, cool, be our backup quarterback. I don't know who we would have taken in the 6th round anyway. That would mean anything to this team right now. We have. If we were to make moves, or we have needs there much bigger than something you can address in the 6th round. So. Again, I don't think you're getting a starting left guard or right guard in the 6th round. You're not getting a number 1 or 2 wide receiver in the 6th round.
Trey Smith was a 6th round pick a couple years ago from the Chiefs, and I was big on Trey Smith.
That was I don't want to say luck, but again, that's a 1 in a million guy that comes out in the 6th round and makes an impact first year. Like mostly they're guys who end up stepping in week 6 due to an injury and turn out to be good. Like nobody's going into the year expecting that guy to do anything. So.
Well, and I saw somebody tweet the other day. I don't know if it was in our chat or if it was a tweet, but somebody was like, Lord forbid something happens to Lamar, but don't go get somebody else. Play the season out, take the higher draft pick. like the next season. He's already a guy. You know what I mean? Like don't try to scrap games and win an extra 1 or 2 games. Solidify, get maybe like don't worry.
You're not winning the Super Bowl, so who gives a fuck?
No, if Lamar goes down, you're not winning the Super Bowl. And that's not saying, and it's like, I mean, it's kind of tanking, but at the same time, it's not. It's just not overspending or over manipulating a situation that's not going to be beneficial to anybody. Because if you're going to push for that, then why? Like you're not.
The problem is our defense will be good enough that if we play enough trash teams while Lamar's out, like we'll be able to do a little bit of damage in the regular season. So never win a Super Bowl, but we'll. I mean, that's what happened in a row that Lamar went out. Is we played enough defense to stay close against decent teams. We won a few games, and it just I've never gotten with backup quarterback. I mean, really out of that preseason, really not much else that I can think of. The offense did, like Will, I think it was Will said word for word that we were going to have the most boring vanilla offensive approach of all time because we were playing the Eagles later in the year. And that's exactly what it was, just boring, nothing offense.
Todd wasn't ever going to show anything, not going to put anything on tape.
And that
Nate Wiggins looked good.
Was atrocious too.
Nate Wiggins looked good on defense until Civ, our resident doctor, jinxed him and got him hurt. I mean, that's really it.
Violated the Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah,
he did. But you mentioned when you mentioned Isaac earlier. Do you feel better about that, and also the Ajabo situation? But do you feel better about those guys kind of coming on a little bit slower now that we hear all the reports about Tavarius Robinson like balling out completely and having Dr. Rush like fully back him?
No, well, so I think
I was fine with Ajabo in the first place.
Yeah, it's all. I think it's all the same, really. It's like you love hearing Dr. Rush talk about Robinson that way, but I think you're going to hear him. It's just Isaac hasn't been practicing that much, but I think Dr. Rush takes these guys and gets the most out of them. So, like, I think I think it's way overblown. Our pass rushing's way overblown.
I think so too. But but the reason I asked is like I don't think that it like if he's playing that well and you got a guy literally named Dr. Rush, so he's like he makes the best out of people and like that's his nickname. But I think that we don't have to rush those guys back now into camp and like snaps and preseason and all that stuff. So I think it's more favorable to them.
People lost their minds last week. That was the thing that came out of that game. Like, oh my God, Ajabo isn't dressed. The guy had fucking ACL surgery in November, and he's 290 pounds or something, right? Like, so like
George Pickens made a play in the Steelers game.
Yeah, right. Like he's been practicing. He's been at practice every fucking day. He hasn't missed any practices. The only reason he's not in the game is because he's not cleared for game action. But apparently that's coming any day now. So people are just being fucking stupid, man.
Other than the Chiefs, for some weird reason, nobody seems to care about the preseason. So like. I don't care if these guys play in the preseason or not.
I saw Warren Sharp put out like a list of like how many players they held out, and I think we held out like 18 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, but then there were guys that didn't actually play. The only thing that there were
some teams that had like 28 people they kept out of the game.
I would like Lamar before the season starts to essentially treat the third preseason game like a game, and he shows up, he warms up like it's a regular game. And, goes through the, pregame warm-ups and shit like that. It doesn't actually step foot on the field. That's the only thing that I would say is don't be in street clothes, be dressed in a jersey and pretend like it's an actual game so that you're in that rhythm.
So how much do you think he plays this weekend?
None.
Lamar?
They already said he's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's got to get for the season. See, I don't agree with that. Like, he's got to get at least a series before the season. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. So you're saying throw him out there first. I'm saying he gets the same thing if he just goes through the motions like he's going to start and then they don't play him. Like that's more what
it's different than training camp. It's different than you got to get a feel for. It's not just like the pregame and stuff, but it's like football players are like they're creatures of habit. Like there's a whole process to the mental like aspects from literally the time they wake up to what they eat for breakfast to all the way through. So like if you don't get that like snap in a live situation, like even though it's not a real game, it is a game scenario with fans, with opposite teams. Like I think he at least needs to get shit. I saw earlier the Chiefs are talking about playing their players the majority of the first half. Like I think that's crazy. But like
Reed is fucking retarded. So like why do we want to do what he does?
Which speaking of them, by the way, how is Rashee Rice not getting any type of suspension whatsoever?
Because his trial is not till December.
Because because Andy Reid harbors an environment of unsafe driving in the locker room, use that to his advantage. So
I think it's I think it's fairly likely he ends up on the commissioner's exempt list. So he's not suspended, but pending the outcome of the legal situation, he'd be on the exempt list, which means he gets paid, but he can't play.
Which
Either that
that's
or it's a
that's
next year. Like he doesn't,
Yeah.
he gets suspended for
But-
2025, not 2024.
But it
I
would
agree
be
with
like
Brent,
it would
too.
raise hell through a whole lot of teams because like there's people that have gotten suspended for less, and like
Well,
the one
yeah.
team that everybody thinks the NFL caters to is getting catered to with a great play. I mean, Rashee Rice, he's a game changer in a sense. If he's out, it's a totally different game. Especially with I know how we all feel about Hollywood Brown, but I mean him and Mahomes.
That's less
together,
speed on the
that-
field for him.
Yeah,
Now they
like
have
that's-
Xavier Worthy, and that's it.
and that's it. Yeah.
Also, I want to
Yeah,
backtrack a little bit because I'm looking at the Ravens transaction list. David Ojabo has not been cleared off the PUP list yet.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, what were those reports the other day? Then they were talking about something where he was back to practice and like.
Yeah, he's been.
Well, he's been at practice.
He's allowed to.
But I mean, I thought he was
in quotation-
active at practice. Though.
He's
No,
allowed
but
to
he-
do like go through the motions and try to get back
I don't
into
think he's
football
doing contact
form,
yet.
but
If-
he's
if
not
I
allowed
remember,
to.
if I
be in
read
That's
that.
on me then, because when I hear it back at practice, I think like back practicing like full like.
No.
No, I think he's
can
just
go
sticking
through
to like positional drills. I don't think he's doing any, live like 11-on-11 shit at this point. Nor should he. And again, like it's practice, not a game. It's preseason, not a game. I don't really fucking care if we're being totally honest here. Like, I get the whole creatures of habit argument again. Like anybody who has played sports past, like Little League and Town League, like you all had some dumb fucking ritual you would do every day before a game. But I'm just saying, like, let's get Lamar thinking that he's going to play and then just don't put him on. That's, get him 90% of the way there and then week one he can step in. He's also an athlete. He's not us. He's not some, fucking jackass who didn't make it to the pros. So whatever the fuck he does is better than us. So let's.
But your sentiment on that though comes from a place of I don't want him to get hurt. And like we can't handle him with kid gloves. And like
to me, I don't want. It's not even like there's no benefit putting him out on the field. To be honest, like he's not going to be playing out there with full offense. He's not going to be playing out there with all his starting wide receivers. You're not going to get a real game call from Monken. Like you're not going to get a full 60-minute game out of him where he's reacting situationally to stuff. So I don't know. Just to me, it's I don't see the value of putting him on the field for a preseason game because it's a preseason game, not a regular season.
Right, but at the same time, you still want to get like that little. I mean, I don't know. I just look at that Mahomes 2-time defender Super Bowl champ or whatever you want to call it. I just feel like why he not getting the rep. Now we know what he can do, like, but I just want, what I mean? We just want like a surge or a quarter, like get into game day action, put all of the starters out there so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna let Lamar play, you have to put him out there with the full starting offense. You can't just put him out there, with.
But in the past, we've seen that
1,000%.
But in the past, we've usually seen that happen with like when they did the 4-week preseason. They usually did that in week 3, week 4.
Yeah.
Well, week 1 they would play a series. Week 2 they would play a quarter. Week 3 they'd play a half, and week 4 they wouldn't play at all.
And real quick, dude I work with, he's a casual Falcons fan. He decided to chime in here.
Justin Simmons and Matt Judon are two big pickups on defense right now.
I am so glad.
You know how I get Falcons fan?
I agree with you, Drew. But I mean, I think it's a big pick. I think it's a good pickup for the Falcons. So.
It was a great pickup. The Falcons honestly got two great.
Since you talking about let's go Falcons, how you felt when y'all was up 28-3? Remember that? 28-3.
Damn.
Nah, he told me that one day he would be coming on here in the comments to do that.
I felt
there you go.
I saw that the Patriots won. That shit's crazy.
I don't think the Falcons are the most cursed team ever, but they do have a bad history.
I mean, Bills
Dirty Birds. Oh, for sure. The Browns too. The Cleveland Browns.
Because I was a big Falcons fan that game because I hate Tom Brady, man. I wanted the Patriots. When I saw 23, I was like, it's not. I was so hyped.
You and me both, Grant.
I don't even want to hear it. Fucking nerds down south.
I played a concert that night.
But in a way, I was kind of happy that Matt Ryan ain't get a ring because remember, it was Flacco, Matt Ryan, and it was like another quarterback drafted in that draft class that year. So it was kind of cool with me. But I really want to see Julio.
Well, hey, Brandon just said it's funny because they could have got Dallas Turner. Hell yeah, Michael Penix pick is still like crazy to me, and like at
Michael
the same
Penix
time,
is the
it's
right
like
pick
Dallas Turner or Vita Vea. They could or not Vita Vea. Latu. They could have got Latu, and like both of them were completely.
Latu went to the Colts, right?
No,
he did. He was the first defensive player taken this draft.
Just make a note of Grant's racism there. Just
because it was Samoan love. Right
yeah, it's a Samoan name. Grant's like, oh yeah, that's Samoan guy. Vita Vea and fucking Latu. My God,
they both. Well, no, they didn't.
They're related somehow, though.
Yeah,
I bet you they know Sala. Haloti Nada. I bet you they're all just fucking pals. Know each other.
Right. Random too. Speaking of I was thinking about the preseason game and offensive line. I thought the rookie center from Michigan State was Simak. I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, I mean he was fine.
He didn't do too bad. I was kind of shocked with how well Cleveland actually did.
I feel like center is for somebody like Ben Cleveland. Again, I don't know Ben Cleveland personally. It probably comes off as like super rude and disrespectful when I say this about him, but he's a fucking moron. So like if you just tell Ben Cleveland, snap the ball straight at the quarterback and then hit somebody in front of you, you're taking away a hell of a lot of mental responsibilities away from him and just really simplifying shit for him, and he's probably good at that.
Honestly, center is the most cerebral position on offensive line. Like you got to be the smartest on center than you do any other offensive line position.
What Grant said,
because it's like saying
but,
that a catcher
but blocking scheme, but you do.
Well, you don't.
You are as the center. You're the quarterback of the offensive line, though.
Yeah, but you're the quarterback of the offensive line. You're not the quarterback of the offense. You're you're a moron who's snapping the ball to the guy who actually does something and sacrificing your body. I mean,
but I do agree. I do agree with you in a sense, Drew, because so for him at center, he's built. We all seen how he's built. He's built like a fucking brick wall. But centers mostly they're either anchoring or they're doubling and then they're moving to the second level. So like he's a perfect space eater. So like
and that's all he's got to do. Whereas if he's a guard, maybe he's gonna pull, maybe he's gonna stay still. Like you don't know what the play call is assignment every game or every play as a guard where snap the ball and fucking hit. I think you can explain that to Ben.
I'll trust him to pull for shit. I'll be honest with you.
If it's simplified play calling, I absolutely would have no problem with it. But I don't know if you guys saw last season where Jason Kelce and Jalen Hurts tried to change the blocking scheme, and Jason was like, "No, absolutely not."
No,
I feel like Ben Cleveland's mobility is like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, it's just straightforward. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's no no lateral quickness there. He's just a big body that, again, you put somebody right in front of him and say, stop him from moving forward. He's going to be really good at that. But anything that requires any left to right movement or any technique, I just don't think he's mentally capable of doing. So I feel like center is built for him.
Squirrel meat waterlogs the joints.
Yeah. Years of banging your head off a wall or whatever the fuck he does for fun. And probably
Roger.
Critical thinking.
Rosen. What's his name? Rosengarten. I really like
Rosengarten. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna be a fucking stud on the right side. I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure he got the right tackle spot for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I met his parents right before the preseason game, and I took a picture with them, and it was real cool. And I don't know, I think it's like Drew rubbing off on me, pause, because like I'm not a Michigan fan, but like I always be talking big shit. I was like, by the way, I'm a Michigan. He was like, oh, I'm not worrying about that. It's all good. But it was funny though, because she was like, I still can't believe my son got a chance to go to the Super Bowl, blocking for Lamar Jackson. Oh, and King Henry. Oh my God, I'm still in shock. Like she was so cool, man. She cool as shit, bro. Like that shit, That shit.
Yeah,
I saw that picture. That was a good picture.
I think his mom could be honest. Looking at that picture, she's. I can see where he's got his just offensive line size from. His dad's like 6'8" and she's like 6'2". Yeah, I'm excited for him. I think he's going to be, what we needed on the offensive line. And And I'm excited that we're moved away from, like Kevin Zeitler, Morgan Moses, John Simpson kind of guys, and we got these younger athletic people. I feel like that'll be interesting to see. No shade at Morgan Moses or John Simpson. Like, they did their job, but they're just, again, older, less athletic. You can do less creatively with them. So,
Well,
why keep drafting the young guys if you're not going to put them in? You're just going to keep getting vets to put in front of them.
And Voorhees also was really impressive as well.
Yeah, I agree, Brandon. What about like how do you feel about obviously I'm excited TJ Tampa's back. I want to see what he's got. Like I think that he's going to be a big physical guy that's going to play well on the edge. But like as far as moving forward, do you think we make any other moves at all, whether it's a vet sign or whether it's a minimal trade? Like, do you think anything else happens roster wise, or are we going to lock in with what we got till the deadline?
CeeDee Lamb.
I wish. God, I wish.
It's happening.
Did you see Ayuk resign?
Did he officially resign?
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years for 130 in San Fran.
I did not see that.
Well, that's fucking.
You get pumped.
Well,
Will, can you fact check that, please?
I'm looking.
Yeah, because I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it happened like an hour ago.
Grant's been fake news a couple times lately.
Man, Grant.
Did I get it? Did I get shafted?
You got shafted.
I got shafted. Never mind then.
He's directly quoting Adam Schefter, whose handle is at Adam Schefter for real.
I got hosed. I was scrolling and saw it, and I was like, "Damn, that's a lot of fucking money."
God damn, Grant has been in the trash on Twitter.
I've been out of the game for too long.
It was a transgender boxer first. Now it's Brandon Ayuk re-signed. Like, Grant's just getting fucking bullied by all these troll accounts.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that shit now because the Steelers fans said you pick individual. I almost crashed.
Oh God, poor Grant.
I know that fucking sucks.
Well,
I was like, damn, they got it.
The
I didn't get a single text about it or anything. I didn't see anything about it on Twitter. I'm like, maybe I just.
Well, I just saw it right before we got on, and I totally forgot about it.
So that was like perfect timing to catch you too.
I know, and I didn't look at the handle. I just scrolled, saw the picture, and saw that, and I was like, "Well, damn, shit, that's a lot of money."
Well,
and
they
then
had
just kept
reported,
scrolling.
Like legitimate people, like I think it was Josina Anderson, and maybe Schefter had it yesterday that he was at Niners camp, and they were attempting to negotiate something. So, like, that's why I was thinking maybe,
So
I verified.
I just don't want him in Pittsburgh. I don't want him in Pittsburgh at all.
Hey, Grant.
Magic rocks for a great fix.
I need him. Apparently, I can't fucking read.
Grant's a big fan of rocks in general.
Well, and I want to be clear. It wasn't.
I like rocks.
It wasn't for real spelled out. It was Adam Schefter FR. So that's even less believable.
Well, I just know now on Sam Boston, RIP got suspended, but I'm just going to start sending those tweets to Grant.
Unfairly, yeah.
Yeah, unfairly suspended for reporting facts. Free Sam, but yeah. So Grant is the perfect person to. Trippy, why the fuck are you commenting?
Because his mic ain't working right.
Oh, Jesus. Trippy, you're muted.
Unmute yourself, homie.
I know. I was watching the show too on my iPad. I just wanted to comment.
Oh, there you go.
You're on the show.
He's logged on. He's muted. He's coming. Hey, Trippy, thanks for taking the heat off my Adam Schefter FR.
Bro, he always get people, bro. I told you he just got a Steelers fan. The Steelers fan said, "You sick individual." I almost prayed.
I've seen like major the Ian Rappaport one too. I've seen major outlets retweet them.
Peter King. Peter King falls for it at least.
Well, and let's be fair. Okay, this tweet, it's been up for an hour. It has 194,000 views, 140 retweets, 125 quote tweets, 1,400 likes. So people are buying this. So Grant's not the only idiot, but he is an idiot.
Super idiot. I'll take full idiot blame for that. I will take full idiocy for that.
Unbelievable. That is fucking.
Will. I'll drink to that, brother.
Hey, Will, Steve Wilkes was at the game. Not the game. He was at the practice yesterday, right?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
But look, we was walking in together, right? And that dude looked so goddamn familiar, bro. But I couldn't think of his name. Then when they showed him, I'm like, what the hell? And they had Gunner. They had your boy Gunner there yesterday.
Steve Wilkes, the old defensive coordinator and Cardinals head coach. Steve Wilkes.
Mhm.
Panthers interim head coach. People thought he should get that job.
Oh yeah, my
He
bad.
didn't
He should have.
On the podcast,
He should have 100%
too,
got that
I
job.
just want to say a prayer for my man, Coach D, the offensive lineman
Oh,
coach.
we got a JLC comment.
And I hope he have a good, a speedy recovery. You feel me?
Yep.
Get that right. That's my guy, Coach D, man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty scary. What's going on there?
It did. Yeah. I mean, just the way how Hobbs was like
JLC.
the way how he was talking.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Yeah, I mean, he's a big part of it, just from a pretty big fucking deal too. So.
I mean, it's the way it's being described sounds like cancer to me.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Thanks, Ray.
That out.
Jason Lock-a-phone be tripping.
Asshole. Fuck JLC.
I would honestly, I would believe Adam Schefter FR over Jason Lock-and-4 though.
I would assume they have similar.
He said about the Orioles though, it is true though.
No, I mean that's why Orioles fans hate him. He is.
But he be speaking. But sometimes he be speaking the truth though. Like if we want to be a contender, sometimes you gotta go out there and get the. You know what I mean? Like
it's a boy who cried wolf. You know what I mean, Trippy? Because you can only say dumb shit so many times before people are like, all right, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. So it is no trust.
People be coming for me and shit. I was at the game the other day. Somebody was like, "Yeah, man, your boy." I'm like, "Man, look, I just support him, man. Y'all can't try to take that shit out on me. I don't work for 105.7. I'm just a supporter."
No, I mean that's fair. I'm not you can. I just think that people you can't trust them. They're not trustworthy. It's waste of your time listening to what they have to say.
They better start answering the fucking phone too. Yeah, like they get the goddamn phone.
Yeah, I heard you were getting blackball. Trippy, is that true?
Yeah, it was like a little misunderstanding. I did kind of take it out on the producer though. I straight hung up on him and shit.
Probably his fault, also.
But I was basically telling him like, bro, if y'all ain't taking phone calls, then don't answer them. But it was just the way how he said it though. But we was good though. I just be trying to chime in and shit.
Yeah, no, producers are more on the street.
But I ain't gonna lie though, Drew. Lately I've been calling the other stations because with 105.7, like the fans, Baltimore, like when they don't be doing shows, they got the Xfinity shit. No, not Xfinity, my bad. The Infinity Sports ad. So I be calling into the dude RJ Breed. I forgot the other dude, man. He real cool.
Trippy, this seems like a good time to start up Zone 30.
Yeah,
the trip.
Bad idea.
I asked Will about it. I don't know. I guess Will thought I was talking Spanish or something. I guess we had too many orange crush that day. He did. I told myself whenever I'm with. Matter of fact, Will was the reason why I think I never drink orange crush to probably the next year.
That's fair.
They make them strong at pickles.
I be halfway my cup ain't even halfway, and Will be like, "Yo, you gonna finish that?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I just got." You feel me,
dude? He'll be like 1/8 of the way into the motherfucker. And these things are huge. They're like probably 32-ounce cups, but he's like an eighth of the way in, and he's like, "Man, I'm feeling fucked up." I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? You barely even drank your shit."
But see, that's the thing though.
Lightweight.
No, it ain't even about being a lightweight because I be smoking too. But the thing is, bro, they be so strong, right? They creep up on you. That's why every time I go,
that is true. They do. They don't. You get your money's worth out of those things. They're not cheap, but you get your money's worth.
But you be fucked up.
Also, I think we already mentioned this earlier when my friend from work commented
about the Judon trade.
About the Judon.
Good for the
trade.
Falcons.
Yeah,
good for the Falcons.
Good for the Falcons.
They'll be good enough to win the NFC South.
Well,
they'll get knocked out by one of the other hitters in the NFC.
They don't have a contract for him yet. He's not going to play until they give him a new contract.
I saw
that's true too.
The Falcons went ahead and extended him last I saw.
I didn't see any extension.
Oh wait,
they were open, I think is what they said. I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think they inked one yet. Because they inked one with Jesse Bates for not Jesse Bates, but Justin Simmons, 1 year, $8 million.
They have Bates too.
Yeah, Bates they got last offseason. They paid him nice. It's just this year they paid Simmons a year, $8 million.
I completely that passed my mind. They have Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates. Man, that defense might be all right this year.
Yeah.
And they've had some good additions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll be good enough to probably win that division, whether it's Penix or whether it's fucking Captain Kirk Cousins. They should be good
Yeah,
enough
but
to win that division out on 98-10-7.
And you got to
Get
think about
knocked
too.
out.
NFC South is probably what the worst division of football right now, if not one of them.
Is them or the AFC South? It's one of those. It's one of the
I
southern
think the
divisions.
AFC South is sneaky pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust the Titans like that. The Jaguars are,
No, I ain't gonna
okay,
lie.
but
I ain't gonna lie, Jake. I'm high with the Titans. I think they can make a run.
yeah,
When I mean a run, I think they can at least even run probably to the playoffs. Or
Oh,
that's
it's also
interesting.
the trade is also pending a physical too.
I mean, because you gotta look at this, right? Like last year was decent, right? Yeah, they lost Derrick Henry, right? But at the same time, they got Lee Pollard. They still got D Hop. I think they just and they signed what's his name, Calvin Ridley. They got
and Tyler
Patrick.
Boyd.
Yeah, they got. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
damn. I
yeah, they
forgot
got.
about Steve.
Yeah, they got
Tyler
they got
Boyd.
a veteran career wide receiver, but two things. One, whole new coaching staff. We're gonna find out if Brian Callahan's a good enough head coach after leaving the Bengals and all that shit. Number two, you're buying a whole lot on the mayonnaise drinker, Will Levis. That's the thing. I don't trust like that.
I
I
like
don't
him.
That's
know.
the apprehension.
I like
That's
Will Levis.
Will Levis needs
He
to
eats
be
bananas.
in
He
prison.
eats bananas with the peels on. Drinks
All
milk
right,
coffee.
now y'all got
Yeah, that
chill.
man needs
A
to
lot
be
of
in prison
a
for
lot of Raven
criminal
fans were
offenses
saying. I remember a
against
lot of Raven
humanity.
fans was tweeting. If the
Because
Ravens
he
ain't
had,
signed Lamar back, they wanted Will Levis as quarterback.
Yeah, because he's white,
yeah,
and a
they're
lot
just,
of the people tweeting that are racist.
yeah, they're like the fucking the Stabby bit.
Yeah.
Well, and
So,
plus, I mean, Tajay Spears is nice as shit, and
He's
like
nice.
I,
Yeah,
I
he
think
is.
I think that's a big reason they felt kind of. I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, but I think he's a big reason why they felt kind of comfortable moving on from him.
Oh yeah, that's with every team too. If you can get similar production from someone younger and cheaper, the older dude's gonna bounce. Doesn't matter if he's a
Right.
future Hall of Famer or not. That's
Well,
true.
Drew, is your boy still
Bye.
there? Haskins? Is it Haskins? No, Hassan?
he like beat up his wife or something. So.
Oh, so he's
Ah,
in
shit.
I
Yeah.
can't wait till the season.
I was
starts,
pretty
man.
high on him coming out of the draft.
Yeah, I mean he's the second best Michigan running back to come out in the draft the last couple of years. So.
Yep.
I'm just tired of seeing practices, preseason. I'm just ready for the shit to start where so we can get
Yeah.
real football.
See, I
Yep.
didn't even realize that I forgot they were just going to do one big cut instead of the.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Oh,
changed
the
it.
increment. No, they've
I
been
did
doing
too.
that for a couple of years. Once they got
I
rid
think
of the fourth preseason game,
I think
I
they
think-
did
That
that.
was just last year, wasn't it?
It was
Right.
last
Yeah,
year.
might
it
have
was,
been.
it was the first year they did it.
Yeah.
But
was
I
it the
think they-
first
I
one?
think-
Okay.
There was
I think
something
they did it
different
like-
this year, though. Maybe roster size was different this year.
So I
I
think
forget.
there was
Yeah.
a
Roster
cut down
size was-
to, yeah. I think we started at 96 instead of 91 or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there was some tweak to roster size.
But
I
look,
forget
you,
what it
you,
was.
you know what I like about that though, that everybody get the same day. I think the NFL did that so where though it would be like it still give the team a chance to sign some of their players back. Like the ones that's not gonna make the team. Because they still gotta go through
Yeah.
waivers, right? And all them players going through waivers, you gotta think about it. The team probably gonna be looking at the players first that's available on their team.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit for guys to get jobs too.
Cause I ain't
Like,
gonna
in
lie,
turn, yeah.
I see three Raven players, right, that can make the team, but they probably wouldn't make the team because of the numbers game. But I feel like stash them on the practice squad, that'd be cool.
Yo, I don't know. Speaking of that, I don't know if you guys noticed this earlier, but someone reported that Brent Urban is a cut candidate. He's on the
Ain't
bubble.
no way.
But
I mean,
Lacey
yeah.
Lacey quote tweeted it and basically said that's bullshit.
But,
Nice.
Well, and if
but-
he is
but
a
listen,
cut
though.
candidate, it's remember what they did
vet,
with him
like
last
a-
year where they cut him and then brought him back right away.
Yeah, it's like a handshake deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See that.
That's
so
what
if
they
he
did
is
with
a-
Worley.
if he
That's
does
what they
get
did with
cut.
Worley.
Well, yeah. So
Worley.
the story was he's a bubble guy, cut candidate, and he would fit in well in Tennessee. That was so maybe she's responding specifically to him going
The
to Tennessee. I don't
part,
know.
yeah. If he's playing football, I'm
Yeah.
pretty confident in saying that.
His wife commented. His wife said something on the comments when they tweeted that shit.
Yeah. He's not
But
going
I mean,
anywhere.
9 times out of 10, like you said, they probably gonna cut him and bring him back. They're gonna make roster moves and all that.
Right.
That boy.
Yeah, I
that
mean, if
boy
you told me
Wade-
that they're going to cut Brent Urban to stash somebody on IR for the year and then bring Brent Urban back, I could see that.
Or
That would make
or
sense.
someone who's gonna go on the short term IR or some sort of roster mechanism that needs to happen, whatever the
Yeah.
case.
Bob Cooper.
Yeah, like
is
there's no
way-
shot Brett Urban somewhere else. I guess would be my.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, he gonna finish. He the oldest player on the team.
Yeah.
And he was
the
productive
oldest
last
in that
year,
room.
considering he
Urban?
doesn't get a lot of snaps, but he produces when he gets snaps.
They the oldest players on the team. Him and Justin
He had
Tucker.
he had 3 sacks last year, and he's like disruptive, you know.
Yeah.
He just tall.
But he's also like
just
he's happy in his role.
rush and put his
which is-
hands
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
That's all
and,
he
and
got-
he's
that's all he
yeah,
good
and he's
for.
a good special teams player. He's good at getting in the way during kick. He may have blocked a kick last year, if I remember
I
correctly.
think he did.
He did.
If Brett Urban retires even right now, my favorite player him would be what they call that.
Kick six.
Kick six.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kick six.
Shut
Will
up. Hill.
Thrill Hill, baby. I loved him in Baltimore.
Bro,
Will Hill
that
was my
shit
dude.
lit, bro.
I wish
I'm
he
like-
would lay off the drugs.
I know,
one of
man.
them
He was
games.
so good.
That was one of them games. You be like, yo, what the fuck, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, yo, we about to lose by a field goal, and Brett Urban straight. It's blocked. Remember Mike Tirico? It's blocked.
Yep.
Will Hill.
Yep.
If
Noted.
if a kick was blocked and it wasn't Calais Campbell, it was Brent Urban.
Noted
It was
Italian
the
Mike
it
Tirico.
was one of the more Browns ways to lose a fucking game. Hilarious.
Yeah. On a Monday night football.
Yeah, that was a fucking Josh McCown versus Matt Schaub game. That was
Oh,
ugly.
oh
that was the week after Joe Flacco tore his ACL against the Rams, I believe.
Hold
That was the very next week.
Look that up.
It was either the next week or the week after that, because I know Schaub played in that and he played against the Dolphins, and after that it was a shit show year.
We had some shitbag from Notre Dame play quarterback that year too. And Clausen.
Yep, we did. Jimmy
In Will's
Clausen.
favorite mustard pants.
That was the mustard pants. Yeah.
He played 2 games. He played that and then the week before, which was a slaughter against the Seahawks.
I
think
I
we're-
was at that.
And
Oh,
then
no
Mallet
shit.
beat the Steelers.
He did. That was the highlight of the
peace.
season. Yep.
Rest in
R.I.P. Ryan Mallett. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, we are really out of shit to talk about. Jesus.
I'd say anyway. That's gonna do it for this week's episode. We'll be back next week to discuss this, that, and the other, and some other bullshit that happens from this game before the Packers game, which again it's preseason. Preseason doesn't fucking matter. It's fucking nihilism. Anyway,
I like the
It's
Falcons this week.
there you go.
You like the what?
He likes the Falcons this week.
All right. I don't.
All right, cool. Anyway, it's time for me to die.
See ya.
Zone 32.